Previously, we worked with the Raspberry Pi Pico and we did some basic programming with MicroPython. Today, we're going to work on trying to set up the Pico with the C and C++ software development kit. And right now, it's running a simple Blink program. It looks very similar to the previous one. And if we use PicoCom, we can see it's printing a hello world. Not too fancy, but it's not running MicroPython. So you can't go back to the REPL, just try to see what's going on. And even in here, can't really break out of it. There's no real good breakout command. I'm going to go ahead and just disconnect this from the Raspberry Pi that's programmed into. It's just going to cancel out. One of the problems I was running into doing this is that the version of CMake on my Raspberry Pi Pico is not the correct version. It's a older version. I believe that we need, 3.16. And as you can see on the screen, 3.7.2 is what we have. While trying to research this, I came across a tutorial from Gary Explains. I'll put his information and the resources I found to do this in the description, and we'll go through that. First thing I want to do is I'm going to do this inside my Pico software development kit folder that I've already made. Inside this folder, don't have anything in there yet. Make a directory, call it CMake. We have the CMake directory, so let's go into that directory. And now we want to download a new version of CMake. There is a version on GitHub of 3.19.4, so we're going to go ahead and download that file. Once we download this file, we'll decompress and expand the file into the folder, and then we will go ahead and go through the make and installation process. This process can take a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through part of this or edit out the download process. When we get to the next step, I will be right back. If you look on the screen here, you can see that the first time around this didn't go through. It failed to establish a secure connection, so I had to rerun it, and it only took 8.8 seconds to download this 11 megabyte file, or correction, 8.8 megabyte file. As you can see here, 8.9. The next thing we need to do is run tar to decompress and expand the file, and this will create all the directories that we need. So then we go to directory created, and we need to run this program here, Bootstrap. I have run this previously at a different time. It can vary the time frame, so again, we'll see how long this takes. I may again just fast forward or edit out the entire process. First, it's looking for what version of the compiler I have on this computer and some other resources, and then it goes ahead and starts the compiling process. This is going to be the first part of the process, and then we're going to run the make command. I stepped away from my computer while this was running. It took about 25 to 30 minutes to run, and that was the first part of the process where it created the necessary scripts. It also created this make file. That's the next process we're going to do, is we're going to run the make command. And again, this is probably going to take a while, and there's no need for you to sit through this process. And I've also, originally this video was going to be the entire setup of the Raspberry Pi Pico software development kit, but I'm going to break this out as a separate video, which will probably be noted as the description of just the CMake, because not everybody that's going to be running the software development kit is going to need this process, especially if you have a newer operating system, or if you've already upgraded yours, or if you've upgraded it through the packet manager, if your system has the updated system in the packet manager. So this is just going to be the upgrading the CMake process, which I believe that some people will need it even if they're not dealing with the Raspberry Pi Pico. It's just a simple breakout, and again, this is all stuff I found from Gary Explains, and he did it with the Raspberry Pi Pico. In my future videos, I'll show some of the other things that I learned from him. He did it all as one video, which is another reason why I want to break this out as a separate video. There's no need to have repeated content, which regardless, this is going to be repeated content, but it's going to be broken down into easier chunks for doing one part of the process. I am creating a playlist, so if you want to continue with setting up the software development kit, keep an eye out for there. But I'm gonna stop the recording here. I'll be back after the make process is completed, and then we'll go with the make install command, which once this is all compiled shouldn't necessarily be long. So we'll finish up with that, show that the new version of make has been installed on this system. I'll be back shortly. The make process is done, and that took at least a half hour, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. I wasn't near my computer. I was working on other projects. Now there's one last command to do, and that you need to be running as the super user or root. So you need to run sudo and make again, and this time install. And you need to be running as someone with root or administrative privileges on your system, because you need to install this on the system so all users can access it. Gonna run this command. This command shouldn't take that long because most of the compiling was done, and it's done. It only took a few seconds. If we run CMake version, and now you can see that it is version 3.19.4. We can continue on with the Raspberry Pi Pico software development kit. So the whole process took about an hour and a half with downloading, running the bootstrap, running make, and running the install. Most of that process you don't need to be near your computer to run. If you'd like to subscribing does help the channel. This is where we'll leave it. If you like to see more videos, keep an eye out. Otherwise, thank you for watching.